and fun because of NPP and Ghana fighting for justice for people. When the catch yourself the kokromote kwa iya and fast to nya kwan. Asante for the bus abeno. Udi kokromote kwa iya ya de sutro ne ja kwan.
Lusu over 2 million. Na ya sa be ka kira se mo fa nipa ne nko.
Ena wan na pofo asempa kodo. Papa na kuma ena unyo obi a owo passion for people, the love that he has for people no. Ohun yo ma bia na any time. Ernest Owusu Bempah na mo senko fo bebrese menye.
Busia asem beba de bi ma me mo bibia kwa ba na me mfa bra bega TV and platform we eso. Samra me no kese Ernest Owusu Bempah atoto bi ade akọ yewra Dr. Muhammadu Bomia akachi wenya atemdie na mom we pure history and pure strategic way of winning election ede pure fact and why they wa voice di akọ na mobeka ya enche ena ye Papa Kennedy Agyapong what you say ono ankasemu a etutu anan ekopiem e wo Mampong hene ayi ase na enu achi no ena oka se momma me microphone na mekasa kakra ena papa no agi microphone ena o sha ase se oka die ntia eye Dr. Muhammadu Bomia then flag bearer of New Patriotic Party a owom no eni kwan se mo presenting bio abusia ense de papa no de tuga kiremu ka se olusu 2 million voter. There is no way I was a NPP for a Sunday baby. And paso the all can na no Korean sans and Yakoba Ernest Owusu Bempah abua papu and so Eddie Sembi Atuga Yakoba Betua Yebe Casans and so.
Rana Rollins Ewoha will be intimate Kasa. Professor Dubois. Or no, your friend culture of silence. Or no, to me breaky that time will be to me Kasa, will be a straw Rollins. I do and a yaku could draw standing up to Rollins. Till 1992, that the Dubois koi. Or no crown or Kokuma yano. Or koya, the modern more answer Nino. Yan Frank Cobium. Obiam Peso Akano Krachrawa. Odru wa ozio President Kufuor komienu Akufo adu komiansa adubu ahin woko sai mesramu enne bia ba ye ne afi mamo ma ye ntoto ensam a enya nokura egu afam afem mesramu abokosem ne ntia President Kufuor yade ne ko second term ni say the first time or the only 4 months between 3 to 4 months and what the year campaign. Now votes are President Kufuor nyaya within that 4 months, no, and yes and no. The best hard nako. And unti any other President Kufuor as our call second term, oko winnie ye. There is a reason. 4 months our year campaign, the performance, and unti ni President Kufuor accord. ABM and Kufuor do comprensa. Akufo do call first one on your 49.3%. When Timian cross 50 nunti, and I saw call second round, and also a pie, a time, and I decided here, Emma Professor Mills, and 23,000 votes, and the president. Into a beer person or cultural say, Yansa ma assume sin kobiemwa. On starting Kabakosam, will be NTA. Akufuado, SR Court 2012, no. What we need, and when we are a court, Mamuti decision, and was Sagas audio. Meaning some we need, but Samusi Yamina may respect the court, no, into young court. Yakia Akufuado performance, the first time, second time, and then I didn't call the third time. And it's also a big performance. Now to me lose over 2 million. Na ya sa be ka kira se mo fa nipa ne nko.
Inti for now dear ufo baby obi kan say Kennedy Agyapong jabs Dr. Muhammadu Bomia. Kennedy Agyapong jabs Dr. Muhammadu Bomia. Abusia wenye jabs so no kwara kurom ha yem penika no na amaye abidru sambe Ohe Dr. Muhammad Bawumia the performance in NPP, even Brana Nanado Danko Kufado Woso, na or chair as the economic economic management team now. Look at his performance. Obejina Bonti catch Ghana for New Year scene and say, oh no, obe arrested dollar no now the key na my GP. Abusi we ekusi ewie yekosi sen oka kire se ono oba economy no obetimi a change no obetimi aye niam ma economy na sesa yenhunhwe enso it tells you who Dr. Muhammad Bawumia is. Enti se Papa Kennedy Agyapong eka se papa no he is not he competent enough to come as an flag bearer again. You people have to understand. MPP for any question moji papa na nusi money. I was some tiase na who said Dr. Muhammad Bawumia is the reason why MPP4 will not succeed in 2028 election. Will not win 2028 election if Dr. Muhammad Bawumia is presented as the flag bearer. And they either true, either who ko crook no party beka chiro, se mu pe beka chiro. That is the fact. Now, Ernest Owusu Bempah hai aboa papo on number bia na ne hu tuhwam. Aboa papo nso aba sinimu. Na endro amesi pani behwe ewo Netu TV. Owura no nsema wodan denani ene nsema wajagu fom no. Mesi utibia ebi wo no mabebo nsa ebi so no be wosuti ebi so no beka se he nsem hihye badaka mu nsem hihye sumase mempese mekasa bebe yenko na yenkoti Ernest Owusu Bempah in fact you can Ernest Owusu Bempah or a strategic man eba na elections in fact wa bopping wom na nisu afri a wonim dia all can sometimes otimeka say hey adiwe beko ampanya pampa beko na sa na da honom Orewe aboye rajon the many Muhammad any NDC abanyaba so ochire mu a wandwenda se ono obehu se ye dollar we akofom say da o se wandwenda amani trim poda se sa dollar we ebekofom na obi ba JK then ogito no ho so obi ba JK gito no ho so se nkobe den obema dollar na bafom ewi achi na obi ba JK dollar no etene so a ebubo no twade abusia ensam de me say ensam de Ernest Owusu Bempah ayden apose bi we aye Netu omo program omo ato din sinipen abusia yenko na enko tie nsani bi na mesro se bra conversation koso na so do comment atom na wa like igmadi na wa share na foforo nyi bia hwe hanon your number one authentic platform yenti Ernest Owusu Bempah ko ba ebeto aso
fi Owusu Bempah aboa apapon opani na me mo akwaba me Josu Oburu boko de nyame na adom me da se papa adam me no di nkomo wie ye no course e ba na nya asem ketwa eza wabene efie boko de nyame ne adi wonam kwan so a wo ba no as political figure and a political player den na wo hu ye e wo kwan so afo se wo nyame ye wadom na wunya akwanja na oman ni timi sesa ebe ye ode dedi kan mechia watiefuo no machia Ghana fo nyina ha de me ba unse me fie o hai o fie nti me ba na me behwe se de studio ha moye ha ya first na ntisa moya de lawyer mubat amudate wa chireso wa de nie bi na incoming president studio and ha say I had to say me na bezi I had to say you more true and I just say yeah dear we really appreciate the new development aba ama enyoma etima konka me buy kra no not even the studio here but the environment is very 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 beautiful. All right, Intino I feel na busa question no my question is say why am I so much na say no baby a wokeka ko no minim say den obesan ba back to power e den na wo free fia wo ba no as political player a wo pese o mind we e develop wani boss ya wo fo say nyame ye wadom na esesa e wo Ghana ha ebe so wani die di kan eni se menu amesini pain musi e fense
sin pain
wonim se na no na mte ho ana mia medwene me hu se me edu anadwo me nantem edu anadwo 2 am ametimi sori na me nko amete ho nti ya na binum se me beefo nye bayiye na
wo bayiye kakra
be edu anadwo a ho na nyansam ewiem aye din no transe na adwene ho a otum se nioma bi wo a na NPP wa ben mu no ni ye de hohwa ye ho paa say fan say ye wo mema a fan say when it comes to the management of the city nomne sa ne omane no na ye feel say medium contrast ye me nwanwa na me nansu da say NDC public mama city so ate aba bedu se bra because ye won kophobia omutimi ba begina radio so ka kire Ghana fo nyina say ya lucky dollar no she dem dollar na be mi age be radio so confidence am de kasa no because you leader bia or you head of economic management no timi manager ya lucky city ne she ho a ma ono atimi ba bonten ba beka and then me betina si na NDC fo ani e form incompetence na NDC for timi achi dollar na mana be gina say e me nwanwa to be very honest with you
2% of NDC for bomb mo
minkasa
omo memma chairman
don't push to that level asma me continue
omo memma chairman
ba bia beduru no akoye se book bi ye kan ye nkwala brem ni ye kan book bi obi ba jeki unimo ba jeki
fa ho nyina to form
dabi na Krupa Lions any Red Lions no mo ko bobo no mo player bi woni e friend obi ba jeki obedwa nanum sa ball no ye di Krupa Lions ye be hye mo 3000 ye koduru park so a obi ba jeki amese poto
bono to so
enei no ye mu bi ye tenase ne ye ko akire ne ye be hwe de ye ko so me to me still I see NDC no incompetence no is still glaring, but the point is that today what are we seeing with what is the dollar rate now? What is happening? Ye obi ba JK4 na ne say omudi animu ananka omutimi lock dollar shed dem an MP na no way. What is happening? And am I not making sense? Obi ba JK no bie doa na sebi dollar no yes ya chi dollar no and the businessmen. What is the reason why I'm saying that? In the election, coming up to the election, one of the most frequent thing that comes to me, every businessman will come to Owusu Bempah mutimi ye dollar no hu bibia businessman no be toaba no dollar no higher. And the reason why I was using that analogy to tell you no, for every Tom, Dick and Harry in our party and then Ghana to know a very key. And he's saying every businessman, every market woman, every person, because maybe a grassroots person, people come to me. Hey, na dollar no day na mo na mo se mo be chi dollar yi mo antima chi dollar say dollar no ba bia duru no enko yie ntide na mo ya fa ho o munya botre ye de nyoma tutu yie ne de akoshe Russia Ukraine war ye ka na mfa ne de afa na mo ye dollar yi dan. It was one of the fundamental issues that play a role in this election 2024. NPP for minya obi okachem say mo flag bearer onu assure ye say onu there when it comes to management of the city and the dollar and the economy nobody can beat him.
Na one say during one say oka say adwuma oyeye no e na ma
say ya we taking the wind out of the sail to bo asemi do kono manu makro ma men kan de meka enti no everybody was so assured say economic when it comes to those days. Say ye economic NPP ye symposium na ye obi ba JK be gina ho no man lecture no a the NDC ba bia bubu agu fom me boa na unye aware entino the Ghanaian people had the assurance, they had the confidence say NPP we have the men to manage the economy and manage the city me boa na chese nipa no a odi animu no obi ba JK no you too much ye nyina enim say and when it comes to say Ghana for the 2 million Akufo-Addo the onko dakra economy no dey chese ya tete no say you Messi no ya bed dribble o mo te say you know o ti ase but it go to a point afei na ye obi ba JK ya the question be towards obi ba JK nko answer no dey afade geta na fe Ghana for hunu dey eko hey we were running away from the real issue of the economy and the city and we were running away from it. Meboa, intimidate, the yemi nwanwa man so daye say, NDC for private ma be manage dollar ama nei businessman bi be catch say catch them say mo tutu mu nyoma yi na the way a nyoma si kron enkofo we mu etimi we need the goodwill of the Ghanaian people no matter what unu dey enti ase say obi ase ya yenko defend sa petrol omudi abeya omudi $1 to so ya it's difficult because if you are a communication strategist very difficult for you to go and defend as an MPP. What is your moral right to go and defend this? Because the point is that what I say, all the Ghanaian people wanted to see the dwindling of the dollar against the CD strength against the dollar. Businessman no cry free China no. Or they bad the all share say dollar no ni CD no CD ni jina na so ane ho odin against the dollar. A majority of the business people, that's what we're looking for. Yes, you need to be by JK so. Say, Sebi, ye be unu say, BB koso na dollar ni bet ma manage. Man so diet da. Say NDC with this management of the economy and they share the koso. And then we have to be honest. Say, me as an MPP person, me who says that situation happen based on your credentials in Nyoma when we're in opposition talking about competence in managing the economy and managing the city, you know. Now shed the air course we are me who are my ferry and now the question me say because we have the men and we have the men. Ebinu be catch say they know the inside and out of the economy. They know how to manage the economy. They know how to grab the city and give the key to the IGP.
Some can some match no. Emma man locking out the MT IGP
any key no to. Yeah. You are see na CD na te plaka. Eti mesre a very fundamental as a people going forward na ye ba bemu no. We should be very careful the choice of leaders we take and the kind of practical leadership that we want to see. Ye kan ebiru bi ye kan ho asem ye kan say Sabio ye leader ye friend Kennedy Agyapong wato PK da o ana unim menim wato PK da o di ase wadi bibia bi waye bi da waye boga wa huru kukom da waye he knows every facet of the Ghanaian economy wa running business bia bi da if you put such a man in the helm of affairs say and obehu nyoma afa practical things now no catch you say na dwene ne ya asin dompim LA primary school practical you and odi adwuma enti no for me idea ubusa question say sa ba ba mu asin ye be nyoma no me hunu say these fundamental areas of political choices choices that will make us as a political party MPP your baby a ye gina say ye elitist and intellectual political party with pragmatic development and ideas to move the country forward. It is ye nyoma bia say no when that so that say NDC from time immemorial from Rawlings to President Mills to that town they can manage the city to this level. MPP and ye di tu ye ho e ka say J Kufuor time under the leadership of J. Kufuor, and everybody will bear me out. The CD was $1 to the dollar. Meboa, $1 to the dollar. Na ye mumu asebi esutinia ye sensuo ma mansan edejuju amansan esukoma no ene ofiamo de nanu akan ye ofiamo odnanu akan ye eti ye share the situation na baye na dollar no babia na aduru. Now you say your people who can lock the city and put the dollar down money.
Na Musa say one say Dr. Baumia during the thank you to no eka say na juma oyeye especially dollar yemfa gold enkonkoto oil ne ade no eno na ama ene city no enya ho.
Can you go and explain to the ordinary Ghanaian?
That's all ono kan.
There we go and explain to the ordinary Ghanaian. Say here kui me ye nyina ye MPP communicators na ye say a co campaign na NDC for is able to manage the CDR na kodru be 8 to 10 and that saying that 10 or 17 right and as that saying
And I check it.
Say 30.
Yes, about 10, right?
10, right? Into the na election time I could do 2028. Meaning I'm can't businessman. How are you going to explain it? You say you have an economic guru as your flag bearer. You say you have somebody who can lock the city and put the keys there. So what me also me imagine me explaining to Ghanaian Bia. No matter how strategic I am, this is practical. Etiro ukoka yes we probe asem and one we idea fundamental people ask me the question obuza me
and definitely be
question obuza me no ehun waye and am the man say going forward na ye ba ben mu. These are some of the things we need to correct. See a per se you addresses certain issues are very critical to our party. Are very important. Because yentimi mama me set the agenda be say yeah for you say yetimi ye say nebeduru on we are confronted with the issues we cannot address it to the ordinary
and definitely in command
leadership no
ebe appear leadership no in command ye di ebe pie ewo abatuo mu 2020
that is what we are saying
kwan ben na be fa so ne Ghana ni nakasa
leadership, that's what we are talking about.
and no na be ma Ghana
practical leadership, it's very important. And no na make kachiro no when you be JK theory so debi when you practical leadership, practical. And I'm sure when you look at the Americans, they are not stupid though. Voting for Donald Trump, people think it's just a joke. What do you say? Say me Tommy. Now practically the businessman can run a country and see to certain basic needs of the ordinary citizens. What are you talking about?
And Diana for say or say o party new patriotic party oh yeah a obetimi aso Ghana for ani amaya to abama no in 2028
say mama can say me
ka kire me na mentie
what we say a party o share youth bia o Ghana bia say ene yeah sorry say obia unko join the political party. I'm sure say the youth will choose NDC over NPP, and it's a fact. Ask yourself why.
Dientia wona wo kan teachire me mu dientia
CCA youth bia or MPP where they were Mahama strategically ashas here reward certain loyalists bia omo no ono omo ekoye ejamu esumu na hwe the way enyoma siko immediately power will come. Those small boys don't follow ye beka so obi nkofa obi tiabroche baby ni akofa na bani abeman push. Now the real grassroots people, no, they are not care. They don't care about them. And now, when we be free baby, when we were in government, I was fighting people tooth and nail. Because yen na ni all grounds ani any for en namwa ye nim say yen ye better boiling point. Yen ye call let my vote count alliance. Yen ye fa yen ye say those people, a lot of people were sidelined. Ain't you know? So leader on chele sa ani omano. Te se Kennedy Agyapong o se di o wa puto o nchiri se odi bomu Kennedy Agyapong o no ntrance se bio wo akore ya otue onim se da udi akire ukoba o bre ukoba na tumi aba no ye president da o se enko sake o. Kennedy will not do that. He will give the opportunity to anybody. He doesn't care who else is go what do you say? And no need the kind of a year they build the party. Mahama has done that. And there were celebrities be number be including political science lecturers. Now your name is neutrals, Professor Jampunum. It's almost sound quite there. Now cast will be teacher. No share yeah. Even speaking for your party crown and not even assembly cry that. And all the voices be say neutrals be kasa am MPP. What be? What is a neutrals? We are political analysts. How they share the atmosphere. Look at the nurses strike. Look at the situation in Kosovo. And then look at the political atmosphere. Me person me share what they share the general atmosphere politically. NDC is being bruised politically. But because we don't have a strategy. Because strategy no mama and neutralizing Nyoma Bebre. We're neutralizing Nyoma Bebre. Oko kasesi ya yeni enim book, yeni enim way, yeni enim otwi committee. Odi wani shade bi sa ye communication meeting. I told them say your flag bearer is trying to deviate from the issues of the economy. On confront to number out to me apologize. E catch them say me so bodam for crowd the NTP da. You call digital house economy. The point that I'm making, it is all sharp and can necessarily strike aba or the deal levy aba. What you say anka posterity is now coming back to Akufo-Addo administration and your Ghana for their buffo to tia. But look at the atmosphere. Because share will be a petrol station. Odi paro kaka say you dollar aba for mu die. So ko tia deal levy kura na ya on fa. Yes, because the American ultimate, the American see here. The strategy is that when neutralizing certain atmosphere to the extent that the voices that is supposed to come out and create that adrenaline, political adrenaline. Ebema NPP, yenya vindicate. Sometimes, we don't even have to speak for ourselves. The citizens will speak, but because of a new time. Is he seeing? Doctor, certain group of people are making. And Professor Jampo no ba be cancer no a obehwe no political lens dey aka no. Say be ensu ayira for kremo de besin ayira. Na na fu bebe on tizungu no be. So, it is those people within the political space. How do you handle them?
Dr. Bawumia Echo UK Echo ye analysis be concerning impeniphobia ye de omo ko ana certain flag bearers ye de omo Echo ye emre bia etwem ene percentages omo enya ye ene senior wose bia ye mo san ko biem ene ade ye ya and now here come Kennedy Agyapong ono nso ba mu ebe ye analysis e ka say time a New Patriotic Party de yewura adubu ahen koye na duru ba bi no mo hu say no onye appealing to the masses no omo bae esan besesa no nti se obi ka sasem we ya onkyere mu yie. Now we hear a lot of people omo ka say na Kennedy anka say yie baby of no wo na won no enam wo say me some question ni America
a rhetorical question. You don't demand an answer, don't worry. I just want to throw it out there to the ordinary people. First, mathematics. You pese full soldiers are more Ghana mu aya wo mo that time Professor Dubu ana mi miswa but me hu ye me ofa foi miensa and the founding fathers of NPP me me tie ya almost sorry ana okikan sim hu party ne ye dia me kan se ma chotie Professor Dubu ahin Oba no onye vice president on wanye obi running mate wanye buzi running mate for 8 years mi buzao Professor Dubu ahin mu an mu tie no Professor Albert Dubois Satamna Rollins are transferred from military rule at the Aba 1992 establishment of 1992 constitution. Afen yina ye pepe on dan kwa buzia club and penifom kai se na me ofa mom committee na du asabre nom ne me ofa form penifom committee na almost started de Dubois he bae no. It was just a few months,
3 months
to an election. Professor Dubois, the name Anu was the traction of talking about culture of silence, writing books on history, and people knew him as somebody no a vociferous and no kasa against Rawlings leadership. NPP for say, yedene kwa ebebwa uti and NPP for presenting within that short time. One, na Professor Dubois, na onye obi running mate wankodi buzia running mate ana okodi NPP. Those days Vito Usunum baby when you be a change political traction. Compare that to Dr. Bawumia. Nashe Akufo-Addo is one of the most popular politicians at that time. We Rawlings and Akufo-Addo and DJ Akufo. Popular. So if this man appoint you as his running mate, do you know the political mileage that you get? 8 years. 8 good years. Adubuahin when nyamu say one day kura so kodi buzi achina buzia anase obi running mate ana wan leaders on ba yi no wanya eno ye one Adubu Ahiyama may vice president of the Republic of Ghana for 8 years. Mumusa, Chadubu Ahiyama bua, mo amunimuno, historians, obiani. Jay Kufuor the same thing. Jay Kufuor wa obi the only thing oya say foreign minister Adabuzia. And no any vice president or they compare and obi a running mate for a popular politician or compare with the difference.
To can be sister Dr.
Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo meba tebu ase brebe ma tobo me do ko no ma no makro ma nya ho prebu. Ensem no de do so pa fax no bebre o. Jay Kufuor Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo wa ma me obi running mate ansa be di vice president ansana ye electing as a flag bearer, and yet few months no the performance no and da no 30-something%, right? Few months so NPP for say eno gra no de me be ma another exclusive you de tobo and de me de ate NPP for say krachi transe ye go for obi from Fademra na o performance we de enkoyi Akufo-Addo esan Abetedubu ansan buy oni Jay Kufuor be contest here no NPP for rejecting no, and we should set the record straight. Jay Kufuor obaye no the area finish said there was a great alliance, few months party ni putu ni oma together and okoye opajamu about 41%. Party ni ka se on be regroup no man san ba but omo ba na party no ti ye hwe ne performance no compared to the nyoma oyeye no if you see ye beto an so and okoye no ko wini. Now when it comes to key fundamental things e womu and they say yeah the candidate akọ elections, the reason why Jay Kufuor Akufo-Addo Adubu Ahin ni na say NPP account party NDC Mahama Babonte be ka kire ye nyina say o de mo minua Dr. Bawumia odi mochi o de di o mochi eduru say leadership ba NPP for few they will never vote for you, and NPP delegates enya reshemu say no, we are not an account party, no, we will not accept this. We have a vice president who is a Muslim. We have a vice president who is a northerner. We want to prove to every Tom, Dick and Harry, say we are not. And again, the party will get more votes from the North and the Zongo community to complement Ashanti and other strongholds of the NPP. Mebwa and NPP for their honkika any day any ekotu abanu boom, even though there was an establishment support and remember how and omode man. Now check the data no and am debe ma no tie. Our candidate didn't call 2024 election. He lost onya 0 over 30 polling stations in the northern region. 0. Adubu Ahin Jay Kufuor utie Adubu Ahin Jay Kufuor Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo. None of these candidates are moving free north enya 0 sir in over 30 polling stations. And that's the main reason why we wanted to prove Mahama that we have a northern candidate like him. We have a Muslim candidate. Mebwa. But yet our candidate now, or see, your man a second chance. No? He got 0 in over 30 polling stations.
And not just saying.
Polling stations are one northern region, no? 3 northern regions, no? 30. Unya 0.
Until sa 0 no nya no HSA.
HSA. Na me ubebuza me. Ko buza no e.
HSA dey na so say because say mo na munya sa gidie no say. Meba. O ka ho. Ya munya gidie say Zongo communities no say mo de Dr. Bawumia ba on beto aba e de amamo. Muslims e beto aba e de amamo. Yet mo de naba na say mo akwa bako di ntwo ayete sa na me busa se e de benti na kire se nipa na na muzu se mo benya vote free na mo anya no e kire mo se den.
Well, you go and ask the party delegates.
O ka ho e kire mo se den.
Go and ask the party delegates.
We are delegate.
Me ba so enye no nko a.
Okay.
Enye no nko a. Akufuado eba power. The first thing abra oye and it's over set up a Zongo community because we thought we have that kind of NPP and payasem Zongo for payasem ntida no say dey you push an agenda of Zongo community development. Never boa. Whole ministry was established. We have a vice president who was having oversight responsibility as a running mate and a leader. What not say I a running mate for 8 years. I was a vice president. You say this time the Zongo hodie you be fan fala. In fact, on one crab Bijino can say the Dr. Baomi Abadia Zongo and the northern region you be fan form. I was so happy because me and me in particular, God is my witness. The only argument I was always making is that once we have a candidate who is from the north and candidate for the first time who is a Muslim, we will sweep.
And on that TV, so no.
The north, the Muslim votes and the Zongo votes. Now check the statistics. Apart from Winneba Zongo, you lose all the Zongos in the country. I'm saying you have an electric magnetic strategy. And it in my honor nyame edi ye ho afofie. We lost all the Zongos apart from Winneba Zongo. Eti you are a delegate. These are the facts. Owusu Bempah me maybe obi at Dr. Baumia. I love him. He's an intellectual. He's a smart guy. But these are the facts. And as a political analyst and a political scientist, me feel say a big problem as a political party. So person will call into an election and you want to win an election and you want to go and recycle the same problem and go out there. Because total rejection rate, I know, I mean, analysis, you know, was almost about 71.2% rejection rate across the country for our candidate. Two-year political party, that's all person we need power. Me na be na kan say, so obetimi do maame kura ko near the tumi amawa, unya tumi ade akojo maame. Now, the analogy I know ye na Kennedy Agyapong na no me de post we beto hoi. Omo di matem wo na Kennedy Agyapong is he a candidate? How can Kennedy Agyapong be president? You are not sensible than the Americans. Donald Trump was they look America for na media no a friend say he is a riffraff. No fan the somebody that they can't even imagine him being the president. But Americans say they can see a leader in him. Now throughout the historical facts be professor be research about it. Now no matter catch say every great leader be we are now leader be unique be they have one characteristics about them. That's the main reason why I support Kennedy Agyapong is that they have a little bit of craziness in them. Every leader be great what be we are wa achieve bibia the din da ho ebesi ne bia wo that kind of craziness.
And do you think sir we are such leader now?
Meba mpacho ahani hia because one man onkofo na antie de me kanasia wo de tro question to me wi anu hit me. The reason is that Winston Churchill, Adolf Hitler, Napoleon Bonaparte mentioned some of the great leaders in the world. Omunina such a character runs through them. Yakowo ye baba be defeat yen. Winston Churchill share denwa the soldiers kresa. How can you go to war with such a military uni bibia ubetimi dia standing them or defy everything, defied every leadership around him and decided that crazily he will go with those kind of men, and lo and behold he won. Hitler, look at the Holocaust. Or transcend what take a decision. Say listen, down the consequences. I will step on people's toes and I will take this decision, and this is the result that I get. We have leaders like that who get up in the morning and say Ghana, you're a real leader. Obesoya no panu akọ Kwame Nkrumah circle say ne me bubu asi modern lorry park IBC that Kennedy with me for the long time I've known him can do that. You get up in the morning and tell you in the face, Minister of Finance, what gufu, get out, me you wadi. This is the kind of leader that we want. A leader who will get up in the morning and tell you that this is how I want the whole institution of state institution to behave. About 6 now and Rojumama Obaye Yuedi. The only leader in Ghana at the moment, Kennedy Agyapong. He is the only one who can do that. And I know, I have so much confidence in him. Mamima example, Ghana Gas. Oba as a board chairman. Or share Mudina and Way almost one day. Or Tisan Crawford Merjuma. A babe almost by 6. Omuba be 10 general managers nim penifo ne ho anwan me de bo ba kokuma no ma Kennedy di honum o de busa kudusu mo oduwa 715 na manfo ma adwuma dwuma odidi saki bebre suspendi bebre e mom de clock be bo ho se wo be wura mu a o clock first time Ghana Gas nya automated clock system a wo be wura mu o ye hwan yo wo be clock Oba ye me kamidi ekse kamidi palo. Oba na me ni obusa me managers say me woyin. He gave it to me in the face in front of everybody. This is the kind of man we are talking about. Enyo obi a oye leader ne nkwala atimi kodi atem. Ni afa chire, ni esre, otimi kan chire obi aso nyai. Not that kind of leader. Kennedy Agyapong they make catch say characteristics of leaders ye can one sem me I can see that in him. Enti delegates any NPP for media da me kwa bontia why they always talk about this issue. Oh papa we na odidi we atem na odidi wan atem o de mon check Kennedy Agyapong banta ono obi anya bia no it was because of NPP. Wa meka asemu
and Ghana in general
enfan ho because of NPP and Ghana fighting for justice for people. When the catch us di kokromotie kwa iya yemfa sotoro nya akwan asantifo de bu sa be no udi kokromotie kwa iya ye de sotoro ne ja akwan ena wan na pefo asem pakodo papa na kuma ena unya obi a owo passion for people the love that he has for people no ohun yo ma bia na any time Arame Owusu Bempah me na mo senkofo bebrese menye enso so hu abeka no Ghana ha part of society hu ade na say o ma me bakra na aka say a yes onye. That's the kind of society that we are building. But the once na hu o ma wiei e bitimi dani boja hu hwan anajo e be na me buntieni o ye onkofo bu an once na hu o ma wia o mutimi dani boja hu hwan anajo enti baby a ye kron Ghana as a country baby a ye pese kron ni baby a ye pese wura na ye hwe baby a Ghana ye political history aduru everything is business as usual. The technocrats, the lawyers, everybody just looking at business as usual, business as usual, business as usual. And they decided to say, as a country, try a leader with the practical ideas, a leader who can come out and make decisions practical. Because the last time I catch you say, Kennedy Agyapong, every person in Ghana bia or every part of Ghanaian society bia can see themselves in him. Na me can officer me boa. If you are poor, what a single room da. O ma me here no, what ton PK da, o ye boga da, what to kwan da, what ko hustle da, o ye taxi driver, what to pada, why ye day, what trouble what hustle, what ko infa o ba Ghana ha no, o ma me no ni bi o da papademu na utu kwan we student o fa kwan fa futu kwan mu ko one of the best schools in Ghana and ko rob soldiers with anything will be a company businessman be Kennedy Agyapong. Every person in Ghana can see themselves in Kennedy Agyapong, and that is the leader that Ghana is looking for. Me say me nama maso ebu. That was the first interview I granted. People were thinking I was shocked. Me see people the Kennedy Agyapong fever. And yeah, about say the NPP, we are going to look for a running mate, or we are looking for a presidential candidate. The Ghana for penny at the Bema. I must say, Papa no, Ghana for sure no pay. Papa no musu onye, muna muka musu onye, but Ghana for say the onye ni pen. I don't know for the Ghana for pay. All of them kokromoti be me to me. Aname boa. Ghana for them kokromoti be me to me. The man compassionate leadership. The way I was seeing impact on ordinary people from the time unim krofo afan nsem through US visa lottery kwa omotima di ye wa abrochira, you have no idea. Na ye mu bi kra na esusa. You best start US visa lottery and krofo benya green card akota America. Kennedy Agyapong started everything in Ghana here.
It is someone who
can say apart from that, na no me call Konfanoche who say no team wo Kumasi. Because Konfanoche na obi a pra na ye say MRI machine esiwo. Me kwa na me ni me ka checken. Omso yes ye kotua ka omso Kennedy Agyapong atua ka dada. Watua dia so ba mu bi antua. Everywhere you see is for go to the northern region, go check the hospitals, the impact this man has made there. Or ye bibia onka. Now it's about time that people document what he has done. A branch here bako or co university you see car no be school fees. 3,000 Ghana cedis. 3,000 no. Or nya na Kennedy Agyapong kwa Adom FM here. And okoshia no de na sembo na kwa nanim esu. Kennedy train bottom say 5,000 or the man sika kwa broso. A branch and net or you graduated in a gun e be kire ken. How many millions of young ones out there and then your impact ma maybe sorry so call omukoya adwuma bi yesi factory bi wo say western region say central region o baby omuko omu twitwa eniomo si potatoes so say dey ndey o say Kennedy Agyapong pa na ne nioma ekofa ne omukoya no no nya bibidi ohwe ne ma. A lot of different stories that the impact that this man has made on the ordinary people. Na ye sorry a ensemu a ye ka no ye nhwe papa no ni nyoma a wo ye de boa Ghana, but because we our own selfish parochial interest in tino na ye hwe nyoma no on a periphery. But the media maker said the Ghana for ka na me Owusu Bempah ma betra ha make kire wo na Ghana for say NPP amanyoku yemfa Kennedy Agyapong mra. And as a deputy communication director, my job is to communicate what the ordinary people are telling us to the people of Ghana. The whoever knows, the delegates, you know, near Adeno. What you say to me, catch us and Owusu Bempah communication director and what taking sides. No, I'm not taking sides. I want my party to come to power. It you know, the Omu catch them and I may communicate to my party delegates. Say delegates for Ghana for some of the Kennedy Agyapong ba mbama mutumi. Eti mun kofa Kennedy Agyapong bra ntia nuti na mania bra meti ha me kasa. Ghana for no ka every day. Nanu am be tira ha me kasa unim ahemfo afre me. Unim a lawyers ni doctors ni mpanimfo toto wuro a efrem o Ghana ha. Asem no eno ana Owusu aka no. Kosoa na remind the Ghana for say mudi Kennedy Agyapong ba ye beto aba.
Ernest Owusu Bempah ana mene no edi nkomo ne nsam aka modu enti maye kom na mehwe no ene wo probu ho oka asem bi se all the top leaders are abawiase omo a wo ho ebobra emo man etumpone ade nyina no they have some sort of a bit craziness in them. Just recently, Ohu said there was a research about Bontene. Na research no findings nearby no HSA. Ghana for almost 25% support say the craziness leadership Tuarinom Eda Nedi wo Burkina Hona. Omu nyina support saade no ewa ha. Of course. Enti na mami hu say ampa indeed we a grassroots person who tie from say
bro. Asema making would a trial good say you see adiwe nya Kennedy exhibit ya Canada they are all ye no Burkina Faso Kennedy akeka wa kwan enyo me koso onu ani party otimi cassette ya ne party said ye kosu na no enya no bi na mbeka ya omudra no mudi matem say I didn't mabeka about this particular subject matter to do with the NDC boys Samije.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to also have your own conscience as a human being to know say enya about ye build your mind and as ye build a party and now you build the individual, but they about Ghana first. When I start taking Ghana first or Ghana,
Kennedy Agyapong.
Is it not Kennedy Agyapong?
Yeah.
There was a time the issue came that he was discussing it on Oman FM here. Kwabna Kwachi, may so rest in peace. Yeah, say you best stop no. Now share the adrenaline, the body language, and the way the man is shaking with passion to say because of Ghana. How many times that Kennedy Agyapong encore tears in the full glare of the general public? Say BB called wrong. How many times the delegates Kennedy Agyapong Emetra radio soon shed tears the way grassroots were being treated. Ya bokebu NPP ya bokebu no the handkerchief no soon. How many times na de kono kanisika wanya kontra fie na no sorry oni Alhaji Bature eti adom every day talking about NPP. Papa we me kai say election 2012 ye nyina ekopie mu golden tulip na sad time you see NDC for the ammunitions akogu the ballot boys akoshishe golden tulip the only person you see ye boys no ye nso nkope boys mra na ye nkope sika mom mi mo bom penifo di penifo atwotwo wuru anu mo party nim. Sir John was there. May so recipes. I don't go for one way. Sorry, I know Owusu Bempah na. Oh, but later they said for me, some way back. Kennedy Agyapong run came. Oko Tamsika that time. There's him so 200,000. That time yes kaketwa. Odema omuye no so oko fusu aba. Oko fa bia ba be kan ho dia ma boys. Nobody. Edu brebi ye ko Congress ewayi Tamale NPP umkoko delegate Congress. We are all part of it. Kennedy amount of money a party na party sika kro mu de betwa mo nkra ne bi ni ho. Kennedy Agyapong have to dig in his pocket. Call the general secretary. Say John ye nenam ne kwala ne nyina me Samuel Oku Charles Owusu your friend is saying boys ye omudi na chi bebre say John ne kwala ne obi anim. Kennedy had to pay to get us to Tamale. Why you we na ye kosin wosin bi. Ni ye de bona bodi an ontie. Me buzaw. Di wa poto ochiri so odi bom. Di wa poto ochiri so odi bom. Na ye wia no ma sa betra se. Owusu Bempah o ye NDC ni and now go back to your NDC. Ya no ho yemsre. Me mesiko Bempah. Me wo fa na du asabre. Omunom dom sika echichiri danko buzia club e wasante achimnof honorable kojo barredu me papa first cousin no me ofafo ne kope busia ko tua the filing fee na mo ya MPP for chair me Owusu Bempah mo MPP no ye fruma me ofafo mako 3 na ye founding fathers na me ba ha no me do mo certificate no founding fathers for certificate ba be kire mo na omo papa no omo mame omo papa omo mame 31st December Women's Movement originators. Omo papa was chairman of Council of State. Me modin omo kontafo political party bi MPs. Omo busuafo no mo household no try dom another political party. Omo kura no say omo kobu stake in MPP na me Owusu Bempah. Me me papa no do musika me ofa no do musika chichire MPP no me nya MPP ni halaila
baby edro no
ya me kacha na de kan omo ti social media wa ne se hunu no omo kan eduru wa ya di ka ya papa no do
so so amone they
don't know
me so so amone for social media for Asia
hwe na pupu obo na su Akufo-Addo ne record ne de call elections me boa when elections ye two abadu we na Kennedy Agyapong be flag bearer enye Akufo-Addo records ne de beko
enwa
who born dog and na yetimi fo bi trans social media no verify Akufo-Addo in the name of somebody who want to be president. You vilify Kufuado sa. Hey, Kufuado money oye and say call Congress. Na Kwabena Agyapong besi ye nkofo obi mra ne enweva na yi Kwabena Agyapong de kan nyam kan ye enweva no ne enfa no me running mate. Na Kufuado say ono an openwa or the betina wa manipa na ba be shoot into political limelight. Ni boni oye ya no. Ene wanye reshuffle ni ya be gina platforms Kufuado anye reshuffle. Ni e kan. Meanwhile, as a political strategist, be or you be on politics, be him say, Kufuado suffered the same, benefited the same thing under Akufo when the whole establishment was against Kufuado. Anybody at Akufo be in a deal very shuffle the person ran to Kufuado. And who was he favoring when he was not doing a reshuffle? Why not they favor no? Political science, a common sense should tell you. Why not reshuffle no favor? And yet the same people go on radio, on TV, on political platforms and vilify Kufuado. And Kufuado ya bonsam kesia wa NPP mu. Ne boni because obi person be president Kufuado there. Ya pese beti ni din kura. The same thing. Let me tell you why Kennedy Agyapong will win this election.
Tell me.
Ne bode tuto. And ne mo pa mu nyina
and June 2025.
Me Owusu Bempah na me catch you. Hwe. You got to about Dr. Bawumia Onya say
60 something.
Why? Online. Who you minister, you are equipped online. Who you CEO, you are equipped online. Anybody that matter, a whole government machinery was for one candidate. Mebwa.
Sanity.
If Kennedy Agyapong was able to get say
37%.
Yeah. Now whole establishment, you know, you have only 40%. Now Dr. Bawumia has
60 something percent.
61%. Say 40% free 61. Now ready Rebecca. Now for compare Kennedy Agyapong. That establishment and then no be anyone more so say you could say contest you do one obo. You have 2 police stations you know we are. That establishment, you know, the jigsaw is gone. To that 40% required assume is a move best at 15, 20, 25, 30. So omu die the omu to abano obi antimi yom because me this year untimi na emi tifie untimi nka nkyere me say me nkoto nko ha ana me nko ha because ye be yimadi me nye CEO biam untimi nka so be yimadi me boa. That thing who will be a political strategies by now they should be revising their nose. A whole corner alone. Kennedy will win by 72% of this elections.
72%.
About the market. No be a whole establishment. A whole establishment. It was against one man. Kennedy Agyapong. He was able to get 31%.
37.
Hey, can you too much? The whole establishment too. Now you see who bond up.
All right.
Running campaign. Who
messages I would want to Ernest Owusu Bempah no aboa papon nani abrebruta obraso say messages ahodo aba no yetimi ebobobo so enne de ye be nkofo bebre boni ko yetimi nkan ni nyina sabata we afi are ready obapa et say
Mr. Nkumnyame ado me ho ye pa
bibia ye kama on
bibia ye kama ene o black no so no color ne
and the messages na aba ne de ehu
ba me ye de ma ho de betimi
ye ne ma ho de betimi aye
okay me fa YouTube de
now no presidential candidate yinana yakoto aba amamu na ye bobo results na abrewa ehwe se enimu zo bia be hu no results na ati hwa no pa no results no e bia kamura mo twen be wi ate bodwesa ngo prapra ba bi da enya meduru ye oto ano pa obeso TV ese o presidential candidate a concede defeat na ndc fu ato ahye so we MP na say o say this is good enough for you as a delegate and you think that this is how leadership goes. Every leader must come along with his people, no matter how the circumstances will. Maybe 7 hours or 10 hours wait couldn't have done anything. Of conceding couldn't have done anything. most of the MPs bre omo bre bebrebe ya ene ye maame ba ko ne dia ka nwura mu ya still aye ko aye hu dia because Basim Tale and his boys the same Owusu Bempah ya I called their bluff when I decided say I'm going to Mahama's house 1 year before election. Now I knew say NDC for this is how they are going to operate. Me boa da no man kan kire.
Okay.
So I decided say Airbus matter I'm going to John Mahama's house. You saw what happened. Basum Tale and his people came out in the full glare of the general public with machetes and other things 1 year 1 year before elections threatening us. No be antemase na party for no bebre said them tia making ni edi matem ni e kase o say party no o ye say 1 year after the election the same process. Vice President came to denounce Yelusu that you saw Basim Tale and his boys holding machete and chasing our MPs all over the place. Meboa,
No correct.
I was a prophet, or maybe I can see beyond what people don't see. It's politics na ye no nye anu maf talk any gidi ne ye hwehwani mu ne ye politics so. Me, I have been through a lot. And I've seen a lot, and I've gone round as matna leaders of running countries. I've been around 2 presidents. And no youth in this country has experience when it comes to politics than me. I always say it and they think it's a joke. It is not a joke. You understand what I'm saying? Anna, adia bakwa me san catch the youth for a Ghana ha. A political philosophy me de mo obia nko cheki. O pese wo ye leader. Any leader bia oba wiase bia na o ye exceptional leader wa achieve a lot to bia no. They go through a political struggle. See, every great leader bia na any leader bia wa achieve success. Mumfa no to na monchro. Wa be ye leader. Yesi wiase ya boni din a waka bibia na wa ye bibia enchirima be hu bia no. They go through a political struggle. They don't achieve it on a silver platter. Say I pick you. Ni edwa be si wo say wo ye pese wo ye leader. Nelson Mandela went to prison for how many years? He was out before he became a leader. When say church here, look at his political background. Go and check Adolf Hitler. Go and check all the leaders, even in the Bible. David or Savoy, he went through a political struggle. Obaku cried a friend Joseph. Ni nuanom ton. Emane konsuaku enkwasumu wo Egypt. Ansa na obeye leader. E Pharaoh obenya adom o Pharaoh anim. All leadership will go through a struggle. Now on a silver platter. You can never be a leader. Delegates move away to my dream. Now go to the interview a Kennedy Agyapong here and now move be mom go to dream.
Ernest Owusu Bempah no ebraso say yeah WhatsApp messages I would ever so but my young call phone lines no so na fe yem pick course we are na ya sign up back to studio na ya toa so e wa ha 0240550899 0240550899
Busafo, that is it. Me and minim say sabre omomo hu muslimitness level mohu. Ni say sabre eja kese pa ehuru ewo Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia camp. Me say when yen to call ye de no kwaro no ebechesi Bawumia ne nkrofo. We will chase Dr. Alhaji Bawumia and in nkrofo with pure facts, with undiluted facts, with unreversible facts, with hey masa a strong and huge facts and if they care to know. If they don't, you will let them know. Because pertinent back for deal. Na obi a wapoto amana fe no ochiri se odi ni nsa bom ana ochiri se odi ono de di bom bi na odi a eno no enye ye wo hu I don't know you. Your Papa Kennedy Nasa Mum force American history. Mum force don't force us to what? To narrate, give you a ditto and a vivid history. I come. I'm peeping at the on no. Now you say the net here. MPP na da honum no yewura Professor Adubu Ahempenso na party na nye say netie yewura John Kofo former president na nye say na party netie 2000 ba 2012 even Akufo-Addo ye flag bearer no na party na nye say netie Charles Akufo-Addo be di president in 2017 and na party na ehya asese enima bi koso ni na so na ifiri yewura Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ene Akufo-Addo eno mo hijacking niema omo hijacking niema enka yewura Kennedy Agyapong he is even far better senko deeper to so he's even more medwin wa mentiase enti mehwe so bi tene baby ka se Kennedy Agyapong no onye presidential aya material na ye misere hwan na ya twa president hwan na yewo na no what omatwa president abonenim ha hwan yewo a ye trust ubedi ewo wanim. It is not written on the face, but then it is hard working. It is hard working. We are saying you will be bibi anywhere opesa wo oye no wasasi so won't mean. Let me tell you one thing. So we Ghana ni sisia na omo wo Ghana na we Ghana ni a na so opesa wo American president. I don't know what. You have to work hard and go. That's a I don't think so bet me. By then you go to America and study and naturalized. And naturalized over there. And by all means, bet me crambo to the level of say bet me are contesting for that. In TVS nothing is impossible. Me, so far as we are alive, so far as we have breathed, nothing is impossible in this world. Under this sun, under this scorching sun, nothing is impossible. Bibi anyone ma yebeka say dey we dey possible in see that. Hey, bibi it me see what as you so anything at all can happen. Etiment na wonu me bu ho abam enka say yewura Kennedy Agyapong nye presidential material na onye presidential material na mum oyobi enwuma mankofo ye right na mum oyobi otimi finance party right na mum oyobi a otimi eto niema de ma party no amom ko election na sa na opa akira na then you are a hypocrite. If we say so, then you are hypocrite. So we say papa no timi finance party no na so ntimi ndi party na nim dia na de wo ka no enim sa. You are speaking on what? A baseless analysis. Eti nkofo mo te baabi o mo de dombo dankwa hwane ne nam kuruba no anye sa na ye no ya te so mo atwe buku bi ato no se we firi wa we ni bidi we firi wa we ni bidi ti se de ba ye japade document no mo mfa na mo nhye no se mo if you go by that book, definitely you have lost. Mo mfa na mo nye de mo nhye no. You people should take the book and what? Burn it. Because if the moment people start to sense, say, mo masheda and a mo blocking crofobia shine, masheda mo person crofobia ebedi president party a movie chase to. I was say tension eba. You see the kind of tension, you see the kind of separation and the kind of nkofo anger ewo mumu because party no nkofo bi no bi say omo ebeto obi no party by yes still party no eyo omo dia because of so more climb do some certain position na no bi tie na na akomi am say panni we se bi eburu se bi nya do omo no botena se ema asif emo kan se asifuafo panni we no motena se man kwada awi nanka enkwara ya ade ontu omofo ono so beba be da betutu ja atum na akomi am. You see, and you know, I was a kind of credit chemo. MPP party no. So when changing leadership, especially the flag bearer and Mom Farmer Kennedy, don't think about any election when in Bia Ukruma. Mom dreams a mobile election because the moment Bomia tries again, I feel will be less than 30%. Take it from me, read my lips. Take it from me, read my lips. Missy, take it from me, read my lips. Read my lips. Huh? Kankamano. This is a graphic. Yes, the moment Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia takes the flag bearership, the party is another 4 years in opposition. Yes, another 4 years in opposition. The chances of Yewra Kennedy winning election 2028, it is high than Bawumia leading to win that election. It is a kind of reaction. As I say, when it is we say ubufu, we say yenjaona mumo wabateri swa. Hey, who akwabi na to no nyum kwasue ujimi wo hu masame de meka mase me ndo bi atem enti ya kan kwa cho gospel truth and you rakni di beka cho so obit me lose over 2 million voter. Why would you present such person again? Yet you know the strength of the person, yet you know how people betting esiaka. Why would you go ahead and present such a weak candidate? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you take such, ambiguous decision? Why would you take such an nonsense decision? This is a fact. Let's face reality. You are Dr. Muhammad Bawumia can never lead MPP and succeed. You can't cry now. You can't cry at the actual. It no matter the noises out there, no matter the garbages out there, no matter how people will feel, Yewra Kennedy will lead this party. He will lead this party once and for all. He will lead this party. And to open just a pen dear being here no question. So Ukmas so a bra medical do beko no I the question. Eti enkofo bi no mo TV so ka se Bawumia de oyɛ de ono ana yɛde ne bɛba Bawumia de oyɛ de ono ana yɛde bɛba he se mu wiem election we ya mu betimi wiem delegate no, but I don't think say you are going to steal NDC in 2028. Don't think about that. Because MPP for ni emu say modi sebi modi wiemu na win election and NDC for grab mo say mo nim na say mo wiem biwa ene mo di ukrom hampa 2024 mo try say nka mo be wiem ba amfa mo try say mo be wiem amfa mo the ballot papers ko share baby yami nom ekoye de ko tu so sa amfa. The only person who will gather real vote, natural vote, is Yewra Kennedy. The only person who will amass the votes of good people of Ghanaians is Yewra Kennedy. Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, Ondru Bibia, into the mobile tries to be a whole non NDC for entry mammo. That is the facts. That is the reality. If you can't go with your answer and just you can go to wherever you want to. You can go and bend that sea over there. But me aquaseti the sea ablaze. Nobody cares. Bidiana mega enyanse sign. You go so can crash you. Subscribe to the channel for latest updates. Oba den ya aduma. You be saying Asia. Makro bibia. Bye bye. Anyway, mami ka se bi chiro. Yewra Kennedy Agyapong. MPP for munti me. Papa no. Anye se bi okasa o. I know bia nipa bia no betimi agina ahwe na busua ma aka se busua we nipa we nye nipa we mwa nipa we nyise ampa so obedigi no obey research na ye no ko nipa na enye enyo bia na betimi aka se obi wo no obegi ska untimi nkasa but Yewra Kennedy sacrifice a lot for this party. Why would you ignore him? Why would you prevent him from being a flag bearer? Tells you, and you know it clear. Say Ghanaians, the grassroots are calling for him. The grassroots need him, but few candidates, few delegates will go there and take television, fridge, cars, and those stuff. No more to abano or hey, mo yes, I don't bet to position at you. The team, the Bekobian, a new party be any video be a Kuruma. The team, no bet no position your mama said. I could be a young position. Bye bye.